What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kari here, back again with another video. So today's topic is definitely going to be controversial, guys, but somebody's got to say it. I'm probably the most hated gringo out here in Colombia, but that's okay with me because I'm out here giving the facts. And guess what, guys? Today I'm repping my school that I went to for college, Prairie View A&M University. All right, one of my favorite shirts, and I'm a proud Panther. So if you don't know anything about Prairie View, you best do your research, man, because it's a dope place, a dope school with a lot of cool history. Shout out to all my Panthers out there. Let's get into today's topic, guys. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down why you can't get a quality woman in Medellin. Yeah, I know you've been having a lot of problems out here. I know it just ain't been working and you're confused. You're like, man, I just can't get these women. Like, what's going on? Why can't I, why they keep treating me like this? I'm gonna make sense of it today in this video. All right, so I got 5 reasons and then I got a bonus reason at the end. All right, are you ready? Hope you're strapped in. I hope you got your seatbelt buckled and everything, because it's time to go for a Kari HQ ride right now. Let's get it. Reason number 1 why you can't get quality women in Medellin, Colombia. You are a short-term visitor. You're not living here, all right? The women here do not like to date men that are not going to be around for the long haul. That's pretty much true in any part of the world. But for some reason, there's a ton of people that just come here short-term and expect that they're gonna be able to find love with a quality Colombian woman. And that is very hard to do if you're not gonna be around for a long time. These women can sniff it out, right? If you're the type of guy that is having no luck in your home country and you come here thinking that it's easier, the grass is greener on the other side, they can sniff that out. And to be honest, women know if you can't get girls back home, and of course they're not gonna really want to get with you if you're coming here to do that. If you gotta take a 3-hour flight just to get a woman, that's not attractive, guys. It's not attractive. And if you come and go in this way, it just says that you can't get women where you're actually from. And it's obvious. You guys think that you're fooling somebody and you're not fooling anybody, guys. There's actually a lot of options for women out here. And it's hard for the women out here to stay faithful, even with men that live in this city. So if you're a guy that goes away for 6 months, 3 months at a time, it's very hard for these women to stay faithful. They have needs too. They have a lot of options, and they have a lot of men callers, if you know what I'm saying. They got a lot of dudes that's trying to holler, all right? So if you're not gonna be around for a long time, it's very hard to find real Colombian women to fall in love with here in Medellin, Colombia. I got the big cup today, so you know it's getting real, all right? Item number 2, guys, of why you can't find a quality woman in Medellin, Colombia. You're broke, poor, or too cheap, guys. Women do not like cheap men. That's the case all around the world. Now, frugal is one thing. I even support being frugal. I don't like wasting money on stuff that is not important, or, that I could go without per se. But a lot of dudes have this mentality that, I need to be very, very cheap with these women because they're poor or because they're from a poor country. And when you treat women like that, they figure it out, they can sense it, and they don't like it, guys. Good quality women typically don't need you for your cash. And that's the whole point here. And so when you make the mistake of assuming that they're using you for your cash, you make them feel weird. You make them feel kind of off. It's unsettling to the women. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be put in a position of, being made feel like, you're a user when that's not even your MO? But you could get that from a Colombian dude. A Colombian dude is gonna spend the cash too. So guys, you have to understand that. Stop thinking that you're rescuing these women. I mean, some of them maybe. The ones that are in horrible, horrible situations, maybe. But I'm talking about good quality women that generally don't need you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of women I like to deal with. I don't want to come rescue some girl and be like her savior. because then she's gonna depend too much on me. You know what I'm saying? I need a woman that's gonna stand on her own, that's contributing to my situation. You feel me? And back to the being too cheap, broke, or poor thing, man. Colombian women love gifts, flowers, trips, experiences. They even want to live somewhere nice. You know, a lot of the women here, they dream of when they move into Rio Negro or Llano Grande or Envigado, Poblado, you know? That's a dream that they're all trying to work towards. Not all, but most are trying to work towards that, especially the younger women, because the younger women have a lot more tenacity in terms of wanting to move up and grow in their life, you know? So another thing is, these women want to know that if they choose to have kids with you, their kids are going to be taken care of financially in the future. Are you going to be able to afford a private school where they can learn English? Are you going to be able to afford to take them to the States for trips and stuff like that? Are you going to be able to afford to go to Disneyland? Are you going to be able to afford to have a car? You know, so your wife can go and pick up the kids and stuff like that. These women are looking for men that can afford, you know, a lifestyle, you know, not just a cheap old gringo that shows up and wants to eat the lunch of the day every day and never, you know, want to spend no money, never wants to go anywhere, just wants to chill in the house or, you know, stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with eating the lunch of the day. I eat the lunch of the day most of the time. If a girl wants to go out, you know, I have no problem going out with her to a nice spot, wherever she wants to go. I can afford it. I'm in Colombia. There's no restaurant that's gonna be more than 100, 150 bucks for two people. It's just not gonna happen. Like in the States, there's restaurants where you could go with two people, have, you know, 2 cocktails each, have an appetizer, dessert, and a meal for both, right? And you could be looking at upwards of $500. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I go to the nicest restaurant I know of here, I'll be under $200. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that doesn't hurt so much. You know what I'm saying? I do make US dollars. You know what I mean? So that's not, you know, and I still, before I even spend any money, I'm putting up over $1,000 a month into different investments, right? So I'm real with my money, guys. You guys need to understand, like, Colombia is cheap, right? But for me, it allows me to live a certain lifestyle. I didn't come here to eat at the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? I came here to have the ability to live a little bit more luxurious than I would for the same amount of money in the United States. All right, guys, you ready for number 3? This is a big one, and it's an effort play, guys. You remember when you watch football and they'll be like, this guy shouldn't have made that play, but it was all effort, right? This is an effort play, guys. Your Spanish sucks. That's the 3rd reason why you can't find good quality Colombian women. All right? This is basic. How can you fall in love with someone and you can't communicate effectively with them? All right? So much gets lost in translation. That's a real term, guys. Lost in translation. So much gets lost in translation when you're using these apps and you don't understand all the nuances of the language, guys. Like, some stuff in the translator, Google Translate, is never gonna translate properly. It's never gonna make sense to you. You have to learn what it really means in Spanish, guys. And there's so much of this in the Spanish language. So you gotta put in the work. You gotta spend some months or, you know, months with hours each day working on your Spanish, guys, and talking to real people here in Colombia so you could learn their Spanish, right? And this really comes out more so when it's time to have an intimate conversation, when it's time to joke around, when it's time to be funny and let your personality show, right? Now, you know, we could all say, hey, let's go out on this day. Where do you live? What's your name? You know, all the basic stuff, okay. But when it comes to intimate conversation, when it comes to making a woman laugh, right? When it comes to showing your personality for real, you need to know Spanish effectively. You need to know Spanish at a high level, right? For me, I took classes 2 hours a day, 6 days a week for 3 months straight. And that's when everything changed for me. All right? And you want to be able to understand what's being said around you. That's major. If you watch some of my videos where I'm out in the field, I'm actually able to pick up what these guys are saying. You know, I do all the translations for my video. I never paid anybody to translate anything in any of my videos, guys. So I just want you guys to learn how important it is to be able to understand what's being said around you. Because if you go to a family function, everyone's talking. If you can't, understand what they're saying, it may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, guys. And your Colombian woman needs to know that you can hold your own from a communication standpoint. Doesn't mean they won't help you with some of the more complicated stuff, like if you have a medical appointment or taxes or something like that. But if you suck at Spanish, they're likely to see it as an opportunity, right? And that's unfortunate, but what I mean by that is they're not going to take you as seriously. And you may be checking all the other boxes, but since they can't communicate with you, there's always going to be that blank space, right? And they might just look at it like, hey, well, this guy is a provider for me or whatever. I don't really feel in love with him per se because we can't communicate, but I'm going to go along with it, because it's an opportunity. So that's what I mean by that. All right, item number 4, why you can't find a good quality Colombian woman. You are too foreign and you don't know the culture. Colombian women typically only know their own culture. Shocker, right? Because you came to their mother effing country, right? Looking for them, right? So of course they're not gonna know American culture and know how things work where you're from. That doesn't make any sense. You came to them and you're in their backyard, so you need to learn their culture, guys. That includes salsa, that includes the music, that includes the way things work out here, which most of the time is very frustrating for us gringos and Americans, right? We're used to things working very, very quickly. We're used to always being able to get a hold of somebody, right? No, in Colombia, sometimes you gotta wait. Things are just out of your control a lot of times here in Colombia. Knowing the culture goes a long way when it comes to getting in with the family, getting that buy-in from their family to get them to like you as well. If you can go to a family function, eat the food, tell some jokes, dance a little salsa, then it's so much easier for you to get accepted by the woman's family. And I don't know if you knew this, guys, but in Colombia, family is everything for these women. That's all they got. A lot of times out here, it's just family, man. That's the closest, tightest, strongest bond that these women have in most cases. I'm not saying that you need to give up your culture, right? You can't give up your culture. It's what made you who you are. But you have to put it aside sometimes and just think of it as a distant memory, right? And so maintain your culture. When you go back home, things are the way they are back home, of course. And you could bring a little bit of that into Colombia, but you're in their backyard. You need to learn their culture, guys. It's important. If you only want to do country music all the time or whatever, and they like salsa, it's going to be rough. It's just going to be rough. Or if you want to make spicy ass food all the time, and I don't know if you know this, but in Colombia, they are very sensitive to spices. So they're not gonna like your food if you're always putting a lot of spices into it. All right, moving on to number 5, guys. The 5th reason why you can't find a quality Colombian woman here in Medellin or really anywhere in Colombia. All right, you are unattractive. You're fat, you're bald, you're ugly, you're short, one of those, you check that box, right? And a lot of that, guys, I don't want to sound like an asshole. A lot of that is out of your control and some of it is in your control. So let's go over it. Being short, that's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. They say they got surgeries to change that, but I don't think, nah, you don't want to do that. Being bald, that's pretty much out of your control, right? They have solutions, so I've heard. I never had to go down that road, thank God, you know what I mean? I've just been blessed to be tall, dark, and handsome, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, fat is 100% in your control, guys. There's no reason that you should be, obese, massively overweight. There's no reason for it out here. The food is healthy. You can buy and afford most different, healthy foods, health foods and stuff. You could afford a trainer. You could afford the gym. It don't cost nothing but like $4 or $5 a month to go to Smart Fit out here, so there's no excuse for being fat. Now, if you are short, I recommend looking for women that are shorter than you. There's a lot of women here that are very petite, very short. So you should be able to find a woman that's going to be shorter than you, and so that height factor won't matter as much if you do that. If you're bald or have messed up teeth, look into some type of procedure, guys, that can help you fix those things. They have things available. They have solutions available, especially for the teeth. I mean, you can have a perfect Colgate smile out here for probably less than $1,000. You know, I mean, going from like teeth are jacked up, throwing up gang signs, all the way to like a perfect smile. You could do that out here for less than $1,000. You know what I mean? So there's no excuse for, you know, rocking that type of look if you're trying to maximize your value on the marketplace, on the dating marketplace. It's important because to Colombians, appearance is everything, guys. These women, they sit there and do their makeup for 2-3 hours sometimes. They get ready for you for hours, you know. A lot of the dudes don't really take it that far, but some do. You know what I mean? And so if you can make yourself look really good, then you should take the time to do that because your girl's doing that, right? And you want to keep your girl, right? You want to catch her eye. You want her to give you like a sexy look, you know what I mean? Like, I want to turn my girl on, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a one-way street. A lot of guys don't do anything to make themselves attractive to their women. They just rely on the fact that they are gringo and they must have great personality or something, you know? And that's just not gonna cut it anymore. Now, it's time for bonus reasons, okay? I got a couple bonus reasons. I thought I just had one, but I just thought of another one while making this video. So, bonus reason number one that you cannot find a good quality woman here in Colombia is you don't know where to find quality, guys. You don't know where to go. You're stuck in the park. You know what I mean? You're over here wasting time with these girls telling you they just started selling themselves yesterday and they brand new to the game. Like, come on, bro. Like, okay, so you gonna rescue this chick or whatever. You know what I mean? Dudes told me this story like, oh yeah, she just started, she's brand new, she's a good girl actually. She's out here, she's just stuck in the wrong world. Like, come on. Stop with that shit, man. That shit is sad. Anyway, sometimes, man, for me, I found it's better not to even look for women, man. Like, I don't even like looking for women. A lot of the women that I approached or targeted to try to talk to them and stuff, we didn't last long. Maybe we slept together or whatever, but it really didn't make like a real strong relationship. And when I look back at some of my best relationships that I had here in Colombia, they kind of just fell into my lap, man. I was walking the dog. I met women at work, you know, a friend of a friend. We just met at a function. Or I met a girl at work and she just caught my eye and we just started talking, right? But like stopping girls in the street or trying to convert a girl that is living a life that you know is not the type of girl that you want, you know what I mean? And try to convert her to the type of girl you want. Good luck, Captain Save a Hoe. You feel me? It's not ever gonna work. You think it is, but man, you're just gonna go for a ride. All right, now bonus reason number two, right? This would actually be number 7 if it wasn't a bonus round. You feel me? But anyway, this is the 7th reason or the second bonus of why you can't find a quality woman here in Medellin, Colombia, or in all of Colombia for that matter. All right, you are too overbearing and controlling, guys. You want to smother these women, man. You're like a child with a new toy, and you're just like, you just don't want to let it go. It's time to go to school, and you don't want to put it down. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to get busy and grind, get on your grind, and you just worried about the shawty. You know what I mean? You're controlling. You don't trust her to go out with her homegirls. You don't want to let her talk to anyone else. Women don't like that, man. For me, what I like is a take it or leave it approach, man. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to go fool around, if you want to mess up what you got with me, then cool, man. Like, I ain't even got the time to monitor your movements and be worried about, you know, is this girl, you know, riding for me? Is she loyal to me and all this type of stuff, man? I could tell, and I'm honest with myself. Like, if I feel like something's going on, you know what I'm saying? We could talk. You know, sometimes you do get it misconstrued, right? Sometimes you don't. You know, you might have a feeling and it be wrong, but, you know, time will let you know. That's why it takes time, too. Like, You're not gonna know everything about this woman from the jump. So my thing is like, you gotta give these women the opportunity to take a walk, see if the grass is greener on the other side, and when they realize ain't no grass greener than Kari.HQ's grass, you know what I'm saying? Like, this grass over here is just like fertile than a mother. So when they realize that, they'll be back, you know what I mean? They're gonna spin the block for your boy. And that's just how it is. You can't be having these girls on a leash like that, you know? A lot of them are free spirits and stuff, you know? So that's the strategy that worked for me, and that's my advice to you guys. All right? Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, guys. It's your boy Kari.HQ, man, dropping some game on y'all today. Follow me on Instagram at Kari.HQ, man. Set up your consultation. If you're having dating problems out here with these women, if you just can't get right and figure things out with the Colombian women, man, there is probably something that was on this list. You know what I mean? That's the problem. And, you know, I can help you with that. I like to do specialized targeted coaching with my dudes, you know what I mean? It really allows me to hone in on what you need and your special needs, right? And I don't mean that in like a retarded type of way. I just mean every one of us is special and we all have different needs, all right? So it really pays when you can have a specialist look into that for you. And that's what I'm here for, man. I don't give out free advice, so don't hit me up on Instagram, ask me a bunch of questions thinking I'm gonna answer all your questions, because I'm not gonna do it. I will tell you to book a consultation. Now anyway, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. We out. It's Kari HQ, man. Thank y'all for watching, man. Like my shit, man. We out.